Hello everyone, myself Ketan Bhavsar, Assistant Professor in LJ Engineering College, Ahmedabad. In VLSI Design, Unit number 3, MOS Transistor, and today's topic MOSFET Scaling. In previous session, we discussed about channel length modulation, and in channel length modulation, we discussed about saturation region, that how we increase more and more VDS, and because of the VDS the channel length will start reduce, and after some time it will leave a drain point and a new point will be created. It's called as a pinch off point, and we take a total channel length L, and because of the channel length modulation and pinch off point, now it became L dash, and you can see the displacement vector delta L over there, and based on that we prove a drain current ID equation, and also we prove a lambda coefficient for channel length modulation in terms of saturation region. So now we already discussed about channel length modulation and in depth in previous session. So now we move with a MOSFET scaling. So now what exactly the MOSFET scaling is? So the scaling means we have to measurement, we have to reduce. As per the Moore's law, you already know, if you increase more and more number of transistors, then performance of the chip will be increased. And for that we have to add number of transistors for particular chip area. So scaling is play a main role, that how you reduce its width, length, dimension, drain current equation, voltage terms, that we reduce more and more scaling or more and more size of transistor. So the symmetrical reduction of overall dimension of the MOSFET device is known as MOSFET scaling. The process to reduce the dimension of the transistor MOSFET is also called a MOSFET scaling. So it is also called as a MOSFET scaling, means how you reduce the dimension of the transistor, because if you reduce the dimension of transistor, and because of this particular reason we can reduce size of transistor, and because of that reason we add more number of transistor in one particular chip. So it's called a MOSFET scaling. Scaling is used for increasing the packaging density of MOSFET, that you already know, because if you increase more and more scaling factor, then you reduce more and more size of the transistor, and because of that reason we are getting appropriate result. In scaling, all the dimensions of the transistors are scaled down by the constant scaling factor S, and S is always greater than 1. There are two types of scaling. First of all, full scaling and constant voltage scaling. In full scaling we also discuss about a constant current scaling, and in voltage scaling we also discuss about a constant voltage scaling. So there are the two ways that you can reduce the size of a transistor or the dimension of transistor. So now we have a one diagram, as you already seen in previous session, that we have discussed about a N MOSFET, and we are taking here P type of the substrate. We diffuse here N plus impurities. The total channel length will be established in linear region. It should be from y is equal to 0 to y is equal to L. So we have a length L, source, gate and drain terminal. The width of a particular MOSFET, as you can see, the junction depth xj, and the TOX is equal to the thickness of a polysilicon at gate terminal. So these are the basic constants that we have to take care when we discuss about scaling factor, and these are the physical parameters. We can say that length, width, dimension, thickness, this we all have to convert in specific physical parameters. Now full scaling is also called as a constant current scaling or constant field scaling, that I already told you. In full scaling, the electric field in the MOSFET is remain constant, and the dimension are scaled down by the factor S. So the current remain constant, and the other parameters we have to scale down by factor S. So make sure that you have to take care of this particular parameters, or this table we have to take care in our mind when we work on the constant field scaling or full scaling. So we have a certain parameters like channel length, channel width, junction depth, oxide thickness, power supply, threshold voltage and doping density. So the channel length will represent by the L coefficient, channel width is represented by the W, junction depth by Xj, oxide thickness TOX, supply voltage VDD, threshold voltage VTO and doping density. So it can be an acceptor or it can be a donor, so it's Na and Nd. So now if you apply a specific type of scaling, and you already seen that we have to scale down by factor S. So here we are scaled down by the factor S, but if you see the different books, then you can see the different types of scaling factor, like someone using K, lambda. You can use any scaling factor, but here I am taking the scaling factor S. So L dash is equal to L divided by S, W dash is equal to W by S, Xj dash is equal to Xj by S, TOX dash is equal to TOX by S, VDD dash is equal to VDD by S, VTO dash is equal to VTO divided by S, Na dash is equal to S dot Na, and Nd dash is equal to S dot Nd. So we have a certain these parameters that when we use a full scaling, then we have to use. Here all the scaling parameters that you can see, the VDS, VGS, VDD, VTO are scaled down by factor S. And a physical dimension L, W, TOX is also scaled down by the factor S. So effect of scaling, what exactly the effect that you can see. So now we can see with a drain current equation ID. So we have already this drain current equation for the ID linear. Its ID linear is equal to mu n Cux by 2 W by L 2 into VGS minus V2 into VDS minus V square ds. You can consider it's a VDS here, okay. Now similarly, after applying the scaling, as we are taking the constant Kn for the n MOSFET, mu n Cux W by L is equal to Kn 1 divided by S square into 2 into VGS minus VTO VDS minus V square ds. So Kn is equal to mu n Cux W by L, that I already told you and already we seen in previous session. So after scaling factor, it look like this. Instead of the Kn we put a Kn dash, instead of the VGS we can put VGS dash, instead of the VTO we put a VDS dash, VTO dash, in VDS is equal to VDS dash and VDS dash square. So as you can see, Cux is equal to EUX upon TUX. This one is a standard equation that we already see. So now for the calculating of the Kn, we have to first calculating the Cux. So Cux is equal to EUX upon TUX dash. So EUX we take a constant, it's a free space, and TUX is now became TUX divided by S. So your final scaling factor for Cux is equal to S into EUX upon TUX. So we can say that the Cux dash is equal to S into COX. So as you can see, so Kn dash is equal to mu n S into COX W by L, L divided by S, as you can see in this particular table. This one, make sure that this table you have to remain in your mind whenever you work on the scaling factor. So now you can take S into mu n Cux W by L. So we can say that the Kn dash is equal to S into Kn. So now Kn dash, we have this equation. So now your final equation is look like this: S dot Kn by 2 into VGS by 2. They all are considered as a S coefficient. So 1 divided by S Kn by 2 into VGS minus V2 into VDS minus V square ds, because here we have to take a constant and scale down by 1 divided by S. So finally you get this equation for the ID linear. You can assume here it's a S over here, okay. So we are directly taking a scaling factor divided by 2. Similarly for the ID saturation region, and for the ID saturation region we have a same situation for the Kn divided by 2 VGS minus VTO whole square. Similarly we apply here Kn by 2 and we have a Kn is S into 1 divided by S Kn by 2 into VGS minus VTO whole square. So similarly you can also take the same equation, ID dash saturation is equal to 1 divided by S ID saturation. So similarly we prove already for the ID linear and for ID saturation using scaling factor S. Now we calculate the power dissipation. So we have equation for the power P is equal to V into I. Similarly we have a V is equal to VDD and the drain current I is equal to ID. So after scaling, we apply here P dash is equal to VDD by S and ID by S. So finally we can take a P dash is equal to 1 divided by S square VDD into ID. So we can say that the P dash 1 divided by S square into P, it's for the reduce the power consumption. So the power dissipation is reduced by S square factors, which is the advantage of full scaling. Now power density. So for calculating the power density, we have to take a area. So power divided by area is equal to VDD into ID divided by W into L, because here area we can consider as a W into L. So similarly we apply here VD dash, ID dash, W dash, L dash. So similarly we have all the scale down by factor S. So finally you are getting the area constant because all S will be cancelled out. So P dash area is equal to P by area. So power densities remain constant. So in this particular topic or in this particular area, we just have to remember one particular table, and we have to calculate the specific power density calculation. We have to calculate the specific area calculation, power dissipation calculation, drain current ID linear and ID saturation. So in the next session, we are also talking about the constant voltage scaling, and in terms of the constant voltage scaling, similarly we have to make one table for the constant voltages, and similar pattern we have to calculate a drain current ID linear, saturation, power dissipation and power density. So I hope you are getting the idea about what exactly the full scaling is or constant full scaling is, and in next session we are talking about a constant voltage scaling. So I hope you getting the idea about what exactly the full scaling is, and if you have any doubt then you can contact me. So thank you very much.